Chapter 1, Scene 1, Buck.
This drawing represents how Buck views himself as a king because of his cushy life at Judge Miller's house. By Buck being on top of the world wearing a crown, he is seen as king of the world. Scene 2, Manuel sells Buck.
In this scene, a man is walking a dog. The man's head is down, proposing guilt or trying to hide identity. This man represents Manuel, Judge Miller's gardener, kidnapping Buck to sell him. Scene 3, Man in the Red Sweater.
This scene represents Buck being beaten by the man in the red sweater. Chapter 2, Scene 1, Curly dying.
This drawing represents Buck learning the harsh rule that once down, that was the end of you. Buck has his head down in displeasure at Spitz, the dog that killed Curly. Scene 2, Buck stealing.
This drawing represents how Buck steals from his masters and knows it's wrong and still does it, and then lets Dub, another dog that is part of the sled team, take a beating from stealing. Chapter 3, Scene 1, Spitz taking Buck's sleeping place.
In this drawing, Spitz takes Buck's sleeping place, and Buck starts to stalk toward Spitz, baring teeth. Scene 2, Buck triumphing over Spitz.
In this scene, Buck has finally killed Spitz.
This picture shows Solix being put in the lead traces, and Buck starts baring teeth. Scene 2, Surprised Masters.
In this scene, Francois and Peru are surprised by how Buck responds to the Solix placement. Scene 3, New Leader.
This picture depicts Buck's new leadership. Chapter 5, Scene 1, Selling the Dogs.
This picture shows Francois and Peru selling the sled dogs to Charles, Hall, and Mercedes. Scene 2, Saving Buck.
This drawing represents Thornton saving Buck from Hal beating him. Chapter 6, Scene 1, Friendship.
This drawing shows Thornton and Buck's new strong friendship. Scene 2, Saving a Friend.
This picture shows Buck saving Thornton from going down the river and drowning. Chapter 7, Scene 1, The Call.
This shows Buck going astray from camp to answer the call of the wild partially. Scene 2, Meeting a New Friend.
This picture shows Buck running with a timber wolf. Scene 3, Thornton.
This picture depicts finding Thornton dead from the Yeehats. Scene 4, fully answering the call.
This picture represents Buck finally answering the call of the wild completely.